starts with breaking news.
That breaking news we have been following closely this morning. Omaha police say suspects are on the run after a multi-county chase. Now, Omaha police say a car was being pursued by the Dodge County Sheriff's Office. That chase then moved into Omaha, where authorities lost sight of that car. Later, police say the car was involved in a crash near 45th and Wirt. The involved people ran off. The search is still ongoing, but stay with First Alert 6 on air and online as we get this new information. Meantime, it's great to have you with us early on this Friday morning on our First Alert 6 streaming. I'm Erin Hartley.
And I'm Cerise Cole, along with meteorologist Jared Lansford. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord is here. We've got a lot to talk about, but let's start with, it is right now the nicest part of the day, the warmest part of the day. Take it in.
I love it. Start on a positive note.
Yep.
The rest that I have to talk about goes downhill from that. So sorry to burst your bubble there, but 37 degrees right now. That's where we're at. That's where we've been the last couple of hours. These numbers are going to bounce around a little bit in the 30s, but essentially the day goes 30s this morning, 20s this afternoon. So 37 with a west-northwest wind about 18 miles per hour. Feels like 27 right now as we look out across the area. Temperatures 35 to about 38 on the map as of right now. So we're watching these hold fairly steady. The cold air hasn't started working its way in yet. Believe it or not, we spiked last night after midnight about 42, 43 degrees. So that will go in the books as the high temperature for today. We will be colder than that all day long. Feels like temperatures in the 20s with air temperatures in the 30s. That's what you get as you head out. But the wind gusts will start to pick up here, and you're going to notice that quite a bit here in the next couple of hours. And we'll see some gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour, and then they'll back off a little bit tonight, but still be up near 40 miles per hour for the course of the evening and overnight. What's that going to do to our wind chills? Well, those numbers that are in the 20s right now, they will be single digits above and below zero by the time you wind down your Friday night. So it is going to be cold everywhere as this system with the front that moved through last night, it's dropping south, the cold air behind it, and there's a couple of snow showers with this as well. This is never going to be steady, heavy accumulating snow. We're going to be in and out of snow showers at times today. So first alert to that. I don't want you to be caught off guard, but I don't think it's going to be widespread headaches for everybody. You might be under a snow shower for literally 5 to 10 minutes. We had a couple that have zipped through the metro and got a couple more right now. And then you go back to quiet weather, then go back to a snow shower. And temperatures are in the 30s right now, and we're going to stay 30s through about noon. There's those scattered snow showers, little streaks of snow moving through. Again, they could drop visibility when combined with the wind, but they're basically the equivalent of afternoon showers in the middle of June, the best way to describe it. Just really spotty stuff moving on through. By 5 o'clock, we're down to 23 on the thermometer. 7, we're down near 20. We just keep on falling 10, 11, 12 o'clock tonight. I pause it here at about midnight tonight. Whatever's on the thermometer just after midnight on Saturday could easily be the high temperature for tomorrow yet again. With another rush of colder air, we'll settle down into the single digits to start off Saturday and really struggle to warm. Here's how much snow we're going to get out of this. If you get snow, a couple tenths of an inch. There's going to be places that don't get snow. You see, there's little pockets, little stripes that have nothing. So very minimal amounts, but I think it could briefly cause a few issues. 36, 37, again, about a degree off with that here. Whatever's on the thermometer this morning is the warmest part of the day. 11 on Saturday and back up to 37 on Sunday. So each day has wind, cold. It's going to start off cold on Sunday. It's up and down weekend. It even continues into early next week.
Something to pay attention to this weekend as well is the wind chills. I felt them pretty strong yesterday. And you laugh because what an evil laugh that was.
I know, that was weird.
Because
didn't mean to do that.
You say be prepared because this weekend's going to be even more extreme.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get down below zero for a good chunk of Saturday. Sorry for the evil laugh there. I don't know where that came from. Sometimes sleep deprivation will do weird things to you. So we're talking 0 to 10 below with our wind chill Saturday morning. As we go through the course of the overnight or through the day on Saturday, I don't think these are going to get above zero. If they do, it's brief. And then into the overnight, they try to pick up a little bit, but it's only because the wind relaxes. It's not because the air temperature warms. And by early on Sunday morning, we're talking wind chills that could be still in the single digits above zero, heading towards the afternoon on Sunday where we get a little spike in our wind chills before I think they drop again heading into Monday. So stick with me here. 30s to teens to 30s to 20s to 30s. Then 30s next week, and unfortunately we could do it all over again next weekend with another blast of cold air. So if you watched my winter outlook several months ago, I talked about short-lived bursts of cold that move east quickly.
Yeah.
That's what we're dealing here. Quick, but they sting a little bit while they're here.
I'm dizzy.
Yeah. Nauseous.
You did an evil laugh on TV.
I kind of liked it. I kind of like that. All right, let's take a look at traffic now. Jared, actually a pretty good start to our commute, just a few slowdowns.
Yeah, we're doing pretty well in the early going of our Friday. So hopefully we can keep that going as we continue to add more and more people to the roads here over the next hour. Let's take a look at just a couple of spots that aren't quite up to speed at this point. And that includes as you make your way along Center. This is a road that we've seen people kind of utilizing as an alternate route with L in the ongoing construction near 72nd. And it's especially in Exarban where we've had some delays at times. You can see around 60th, a little slow on Center. Also some delays showing up right near Saddle Creek. So watch for that as you make your way along Center. There's a couple of different spots that we are a little slow at this point. There's also a little work that's happening on the road in this stretch too that's contributing. A little further to the north. Woo, here we go. All right, we're up into Florence, and you can see some of those delays that are showing up on Highway 75 as you get a little bit past Martin Avenue toward Craig. That's where you're seeing things slow down a little bit in that direction. So one more spot that is just a little slow, but all told, it looks pretty good for this point in the morning. The JFK usually is flaring up with delays at this point. It's looking pretty good. No problems on eastbound Dodge just yet. We'll keep an eye on that. That typically is about 10 minutes from now when things really start to slow down there. Some minor delays are showing up on Maple. Nothing big to be concerned about there, but this is good. If we can hold on to this, this would be a great way to get things up and running for our Friday. Of course, we do have the weather aspects of what's going to be going on today. We talk about the wind out of the northwest, so give those high-profile vehicles some room to work. And then we're going to check in here in a little bit on some of those snow showers, see how that looks when those are coming through, so you have an expectation for the rest of the day.
Okay, Jared, thank you very much. Back to the news now. Nebraska state auditor accusing Governor Jim Pillen of favoritism. Mike Foley says Pillen handpicked a company for a contract to help the state grow its renewable energy program. Now, according to Foley, the state claimed it was an emergency but did not provide any information on why this was an emergency. A Nebraska Examiner report says the contract went to a lobbyist who owned global sustainability developers.
The governor's office handpicked one party to be the winner of a $2.5 million contract with no bidding whatsoever. No one else had a shot at doing that kind of work. That's not fair. That just shows favoritism, which is strictly frowned upon under state law.
Well, Foley is Foley is asking the legislature to consider tightening the rules to require that more offices, including his, are notified before any emergency contracts can go through. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, we just moved this camera moments ago to give you a better look at the downtown area. Those are some early snow flurries starting to come down in the metro. We've been talking about this morning, the chances for the snow. Also, the wind chill is going to be coming in pretty soon as well, and the wind. A lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about. If we check that camera in 2 minutes, those snow showers are probably gone.
Yep.
That's just what we're dealing with here. Very fast-moving little batches of snow moving through. This is 90th and Dodge, and it's not snowing. We just had one that passed over downtown, and it is snowing there. So that's what we're going to be dealing with over the course of the day today. Some random snow showers. 37. Take the heavy coat, the warm hat, and the gloves, as the temperatures are going to go backwards for the course of the day today. Feels like numbers are in the 20s right now. It is flat-out cold everywhere, and it's going to be that way the rest of the day. Northwest wind gusts 35 to 45 miles per hour pretty easily. I think we could gust to 50 at times today, and then probably keep those under 40 through the overnight hours. But wind chill, we're in the 20s right now. Manageable. It'll be down below zero by tonight or near zero for your Friday evening plan. So out and about, the air is going to sting a little bit. Now, here's the front that moved through. That's it right there. It drifted down to the southeast overnight. It did cause our temperatures to spike. We got to about 42, 43 a little after midnight. So that goes in the book as our high temperature for today. Now we're dealing with these snow showers. There's that little snow shower that's just going through the metro right now. Another one set to approach Fremont, more back to the northwest. And these will be on and off. So you get a snow shower, a break, a snow shower, a break. And that's the way it'll look over the course of the day. But there's the one we just showed you on camera, just this little guy dropping to the southeast, passing over to Lake Manawa now as it moves through Council Bluffs. So mid-30s here for the morning. We'll drop through the teens into the single digits by early tomorrow morning. And you can see we're about 11 for the high on Saturday. Look at that. I think wind chills are going to stay below zero the vast majority of the day. If we're lucky, we can pair it up with a light wind. Maybe at the end of the day, we can get back close to zero for our wind chill on Saturday. But overall, it just looks flat out cold no matter where you are at this weekend. We'll try to rebound a little bit on Sunday.
Yeah, that wind is what's the problem, it seems like.
Yeah, a lot of wind over, you can see there's a lot of windies and breezies on this forecast here. So every single day has wind in some aspect. There's the possibility of a few more snow showers with the wind on Sunday. And you can see those moving through the area from the northwest. And this could be another little surge of some wind after we jump to 37 degrees there. And those could be wind-driven snow showers as well. So let's talk about that with our wind gust forecast. This is Saturday. I think gusts probably 35 or so in the morning, back off some in the afternoon. We start Sunday with a southwest wind, and then the northwest wind kicks in. And look at that. 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts there. Some models suggest even a little higher. I'm going to watch this one closely, see if we need to have a first alert day there with the wind maybe causing some damage with that. So Sunday's a day to watch. You'll notice here as we head into the Sunday night, those back off a little bit, but then enough of a wind on Monday could gust 20 to 30 miles per hour at times there. So that is what I'm talking about with these winds, and might even do it again on Tuesday with the southwest wind. Next week has a lot of 30s. And then you can see, for the most part, it does try to get cold again next weekend. So there's a lot of facets to this forecast, but you just see a lot of small numbers on the bottom there.
Yeah.
Those are going to be some cold mornings no matter where we're at. Haven't had a stretch like this so far this winter. I look back, through December, there's maybe a day or two paired up. We got 3 or 4 here in a row.
It's been very mild so far.
So.
Okay. All right, let's get an update on traffic this morning. How the roads looking?
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet in the metro, but I want to give kind of an idea of, with these snow showers, how things will be looking as those come through. And I've been kind of hunting on some of the Nebraska DOT cameras to see if I could find one. And it's difficult because they're so short-lived that once we see one on the radar, you go to check it out and it's gone in just a matter of time. But we should have one coming through the Oakland area here shortly. This is the view there, and you can see that even when these do come through, we aren't really seeing it stick on the roads at this point. So that's encouraging. But you do get some of those flakes, and those occasionally will come down, pick up briefly, and we'll have the wind alongside that. That's the concern that we have, and you can see picking up with that downtown once again with some of those. So that's the sort of thing. You can see how splotchy it looks on the radar as those make their way through. That's what you need to watch for. Watch for also the high-profile vehicles that'll be kind of working those northwest gusts that'll be crosswinds if you're making your way on some of those roads. So that's another factor for travel today. Metro moving along pretty well. We've got those minor delays showing up on Center that I pointed out just a little bit ago. Nothing else that's really a big hazard at this point, but it is going to be worth noting those snow showers as they try to make their way through. We could see that visibility dropping briefly from time to time, and we'll continue to watch that for you.
All right, Jared, thank you. Well, happening today, 2 granddaughters of a former restaurateur are set to appear in Douglas County Court.
They're accused of stealing more than $500,000 from their grandmother's trust. Court records say the money was taken from Caterina Mallara. She is the owner of the former Italian restaurant Malara's. It closed back in 2023. Now, Ashley Gomez and Alexandria Cuda are accused of writing $150,000 of checks pre-signed by Mallara. The checks were dated back in January of 2023, a day after they learned they were not receiving money from her estate. The family told prosecutors they became aware of the checks after the grandmother had passed. Gomez also allegedly opened credit cards in her grandmother's name.
To Sports on 6 now, Love Nebraska is expanding their ownership group. 6 new people are now on board, including former Creighton basketball star Kyle Korver. Business Operations President Kirsten Berthal Booth is in the new ownership group as well. By the way, tonight you can watch Love Nebraska play right here on First Alert 6 as they take on Love Madison. First service scheduled for 7 o'clock.
Well, looking for a unique way to get over an ex this Valentine's Day?
Okay, well, One Bird Rehabilitation Center has a popular fundraiser that will do the dirty work for you. We'll tell you how you can get on the action if you wish. Next. Welcome back, everybody. A popular fundraiser in Anchorage, Alaska is coming back just in time for Valentine's Day.
For $50, a bird rehab center will feed a symbolic rat to a raptor that you can imagine is your ex.
Oh.
You'll get the video, close-ups and all. For $100, they will name the rat after your ex. This all stems from a little gruesome, you might prefer this. For just $10, a magpie will eat mealworms while stomping on your ex's heart.
Took a turn.
The center says the fundraiser has become one of their best. I always think it's kind of fun when they do this kind of stuff. Different restaurant chains will, name stuff after your ex and ruin it for you.
I didn't see that coming. I intentionally didn't look at the story on purpose. Okay.
These birds are all about it.
Yeah. They're happy.
For a good
You're
cause.
happy.
Yeah, like they're raising money for the wildlife center too.
Yeah, people totally do it.
I love that they call it love hurts.
Yeah, it does.
And it can. Is that it for us?
Yep.
Is that it? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're going to get ready for our update in today's show. Of course, you can watch it here on streaming or you can watch it over our air.
Have a great start to your weekend.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Happy Friday, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Erin Hartley. Have a lot to get to as far as weather and traffic goes. Let's get an update on the roads first with Jared.
And we got some slowdowns that are showing up for those of you who are going to be heading through Benson. Northwest Radial with some delays as you're making your way westbound through about 48th back through 54th. And as you approach that intersection with Maple, things a little slow through that stretch. So be plan accordingly through that stretch. Also, Center with some delays, that near Saddle Creek and into the Exarban area. Most areas are moving along in pretty good shape at this point, with even some that usually slow down moving pretty well, like the JFK and Dodge. Do have to watch for some snow showers, though, as we go through the day. Let's check in with Rusty.
Yeah, thanks, Jared. Quick snow showers, too. This is a look at the radar loop over the last hour. Had one race through. There's another one holding on in the Council Bluffs and Bellevue area down towards Lake Manawa. Dealing with a little bit of that, and there's more up to the northwest here. So some will get snow, some will get nothing. The snow won't last very long. You'll be in and out of some snow showers. Just kind of trace a line, and you can look back up at where your snow's coming from the northwest and see just how long it may snow in your area. Gusts up near 40 miles per hour in some of this snow as well. So that's what we're dealing with, some wind-driven snow showers that'll gradually start to cool our temperatures. So gusts near 40 this morning could spike to near 50 later on this afternoon. Wind chills from the 20s fall down into the single digits tonight. as our air temperatures fall from 36 this morning down into the 20s by the end of the day. Aaron?
Breaking news we have been following closely. Omaha police say suspects are on the run after a multi-county pursuit. OPD says a car was being pursued by the Dodge County Sheriff's Office in Omaha. Authorities then lost sight of it. Later, police say the car was involved in a crash near 45th and Wirt. The involved parties did run off. The search is ongoing.
Well, it is 7:28. We're back with another update for you in about 25 minutes. We'll see you then.